Hello, welcome to Garden Chronicles. My name is James David, and today I will talk about this particular plant known as a Xanthosoma species, commonly known as a Blue Taro, and how I care and cultivate them in my garden. Often generally identified as an elephant ear plant, and also has a very close resemblance of a black stem alocasia, but this one is neither an alocasia nor a colocasia plant. This one is a Xanthosoma species, fall into a totally different category altogether due to the leaf structure and the plant makeup. The stem has a very dark colorization, almost a black violet kind of a colorization, and this particular one I've actually planted it in this water feature. It's actually growing in my water fountain. Xanthosoma is actually more like an aquatic plant, and it actually does very well in this kind of condition. Here you can see a small leaflet here. A small plant is actually trying to grow. I'm actually planning to remove this whole thing here, and before I do so I just want to take a video of this particular plant and actually relocating it and repositioning it into a bigger planter box. One of the things about this elephant ear is that though it can grow very well in this aquatic or water feature, sometimes you have to be careful where if the rot sets in, the whole plant can actually wither and die away. So you do have to be careful on the water retention factor, because the balance between the rot and the need of it to take is need to be very well balanced. Here you can see the size of this leaf. It already reached to my roof, and I have to tie it up because it is actually falling apart because of its own weight. Other than that, this is a very hardy plant which requires a lot of space to grow, and it also requires a generous amount of bright indirect light, lacking which may cause this plant to have pest attacks, especially aphids, mealybug, and even spider mite to infect on them. So I would not recommend this particular plant for an indoor setting, especially inside a house. You may able to cultivate a small miniature plant by the aquatic kind of feature, but if you want to grow in this kind of a huge setting, I would not recommend it. You can see here, even there's a spider here sort of created its own home in this kind of situation. So wildlife may be attracted to it, especially when it comes to this kind of sized plants, and so therefore I would not recommend to grow this particular type of plant indoors. Also, I've noticed by experience, when these plants are exposed to rain and sun, it actually deters all the pests from heavy infestation. And so, like most elephant ear plants, this one requires to be in the outdoor setting. Just a quick care tips on this Blue Taro plant. Requires bright indirect light. Too hot and may scorch the leaves, and if it's too shaded may cause the plant to grow limp and leggy, looking for light. And it requires a good balanced potting mix if you're planning to grow it in a pot with loads of organic materials, and requires a heavy watering. Lack of water may cause this plant to go limp and fall under its own weight, so it is a thirsty plant. Do fertilize if you want this plant to grow huge, or else just leave it as it is, because it will grow into a big plant. Another side note, often this is cultivated as an ornament plant, but though it's edible, but rarely people will actually consume it. Here I'm actually showing to you how it looks like on my rooftop, so you can actually see how big the plant is. Finally, do watch out for pests, especially spider mites, aphids, mealybugs, often farmed by ants, and even scale insects found at the back of the leaves. When the plant is stressed, these pests are attracted to them, so do give close attention not to stress the plants. Other than that, this is actually an easy plant to grow. Thank you so much. If you can, please do click like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you have any question, do put in a comment below, and I try my best to answer it as my best ability as possible. Thank you so much, and have a nice day. Bye.